I'll click the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
What's up, man? Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. So we got another deck doctor here, this time for Mr. Bakugo.
Yeah.
Hit me with the elevator pitch.
Yeah, so for this deck, I really just kind of wanted to play more so off of Prominence, Stun Grenade, just kind of clearing the card pool if they were to block it, you know, and then following up with the Stun Grenade, just stunning everything out, and then maybe following with a Prominence Burn kind of thing. I just want to, again, pretty aggro with this deck.
Yeah, I can see that. So what do you need my help with?
So I wasn't too sure about the attack lineup because I have a bunch of highs. I'd like to throw some lows in there, but I like all these attacks.
Sure.
I'm not. I just wanted to have something with Twisting Azure in it as well. I don't know how well it works well with the deck once I have the Grenadier bracers on.
Yeah.
You know, that'll get me up to my 7 damage, easy peasy.
It certainly will. So I'm still looking. 4 Howitzer Impact Cyclone is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of questioning that one as well. I was contemplating whether or not to drop it down to a 2 of, and then maybe throwing in a 2 of a low attack or something. Because I really just have it in there for the draw potential, right? That's really the only purpose that it's serving for me, anyway.
One thing that I feel about Bakugo is he actually just doesn't get momentum.
True.
That's like his big issue is he just doesn't have it, and so like,
right.
You don't have the draw potential. It says destroy 1 foundation for draw 1, and that card's meant to be like destroy 1 foundation for draw 4, right? Like that's more of what we should be looking at.
Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of I love the idea actually of Ignited Arrow in, because it says, you know, if they block it, cool. Not only do I get to get an attack, but I can just remove it from my card pool as well.
Yeah. Discard. And then did I miss it? No, I missed it. Discard. You've done a great job of doing my job of pulling out all the all the things and stuff.
Yeah, you said that last time too. I figured, hey, you know, I'll put this man to work. You know, I'm contributing, so.
Love that. Double check. Oh, we can play Robot Masters? That's not true. Okay, so I added a couple cards. So let's talk about the stuff that you have in your sideboard. There's a lot of stuff that you already have in your main board, which is totally fine. I think Prominence Burn is super cool, and I think I'm gonna want to put it at a 1 of as opposed to the 2 of that you have it at. I think it's spicy. I think it's neat. I think it's probably not that great.
Okay.
Ignited Arrow, fantastic. Yeah. It's just not gonna be blocked. Just realize that this card just isn't. It's just free damage. There's no reason for them to discard the card out of your card pool and give you the stats. They're just like the thing about Bakugo, he's not blocked. So like playing things like Ignited Arrow just like doesn't feel great. Truthfully, you'll never just like get the ability off of it. Blazing Fury, rad. Twisting Azure Inferno, I love it. This card's super cool in this deck. I think it's very, very cool. I love Long Lasting Explosion. I think Long Lasting Explosion is tight. I think the big thing that Bakugo wants is these big meaty attacks, and this is like the definition of it, right? It's a 5 mid for 6, possibly 8, possibly 9 in Bakugo now, for essentially free. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Howitzer Impact Cyclone is fine. It's not great. I love Hellflame Stomp. I think Hellflame Stomp is super awesome. Thank you, Kojo, for the 7 months. Appreciate it. I think Hellflame Stop is rad, +2 speed or +2 damage whenever you want to get shit done is like super, super good. And more importantly, it's a 4 diff, and that's what I think matters. It's a 4 diff with a great low block. And it has the Fury keyword. It's probably better than whatever Cyclone's got going on. Truthfully.
Okay. Yeah.
Conflagration. I'm such a huge stand for this card. I think Bakugo getting access to an additional stun card is like so good. Like imagine like you give this thing stun 2, you stun 2, they block this because they're a big dumb idiot, and you play twisting or you play stun grenade for another stun 2, right? Like there's their whole board. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Denim sucks, Self-Propulsion sucks, Defrosting sucks, Making a Stand sucks, League Interviews neat. It's fine. It's a fine card. Nervous Habit is great when you don't want them to block. Finishing Blast sucks. Turn to Dust is insane. It's one of the best moves of all time. It's one of the good ones. And then we've got Fastest Flame, which says that your moves don't get blocked. Window Shopping is either draw an attack card or guarantee your next check. I think it deserves to exist in this list. It says that you get to play a little safer. Go for the Win is a massive combo extender in every Bakugo deck, and under Death and Fire, I think it easily could be a 3 if not 4 of in every Bakugo list. If you want big Unga Bunga low attack damage, the answer is Blast Rush Turbo. If you find 1 momentum, you murder them. You just kill them.
Okay. Interesting.
Discard momentum, your attack gets 1 damage for each Fury attack in your discard pile. You're going to have a couple Fury attacks in your discard pile. How's Your Impact is another 4 diff for 6 damage as long as you've destroyed a thing. So it's just like kind of a bit of a wombo card. It's not a 6 diff, not for real. It's very good. Signature Right Swing is a flow card. Just lubes up your deck. Discard 2, draw 2. Burst Speed and Aggressive Temper. Burst Speed and Aggressive Temper are both cards that activate whenever you 1, blow them up, or 2, mill them with Stun Grenade.
Roger that.
Agitation says you draw a card. Calling for Backup says you draw a card. Evil Gaze says that you just get to selectively destroy their cool things, but it sacrifices a card in your hand, which as a 6-hand size character, I don't know that we have very many of. And Mighty Punch is a card that always gets blocked in your deck. Always.
Okay.
And so just like it says that Stun Grenade has Stun 2 on it.
Right.
It also lets you fight Flex Your Might decks. So when Flex Your Might comes down, you just show them the Mighty Punch, and you go, "What did you have an 8 damage move?" No, I didn't think so. Don't draw your cards. Sorry, man.
Right. Yeah.
And so like you've got Mighty Punch and Prominence Burn that just like do stuff.
Yeah.
There was one more thing, and I didn't pull it out. I was thinking about it as I was looking, and I just didn't pull it out. I remember. Pow. Get to come here. Scroll. If you want to live like a crazy man, you've also got Double Front Beatdown. Double Front Beatdown, when you don't check it, is an unfair card. When you check it, possibly just loses you the game. I think Double Front Beatdown Bakugo is insane. It's incredible. And I think cards like Window Shopping help Double Front Beatdown decks immensely. Being able to play Double Front Beatdown, discard top 2, build in foundations just to instantly destroy to fuel your bracers, fucked. Absolutely fucked. And then the hidden text of this card that nobody ever thinks about is when my opponent has powerful 14'd me and put an attack to 1,000,000 speed or 1,000,000 damage, and I just put Double Front Beatdown into my card pool and say, it's printed. Like yeah. It's like the best action in the game. It said, I took printed.
Not today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a one check.
It is one check. Yeah. It will lose you the game for sure. This card will for sure lose you the game. But when this card works, it will win you the game. And there's a lot of really like being able just like look at it, flipping over double press conference, right? And just being like, well, that's pretty good.
Well, crap.
Yeah, flipping over latent skill. Hey man, I'm gonna get it right. Flipping over double tutoring Kirishima, right? It's like, oh, my powerful attack is gonna get +3. We're cutting this card, but it's like there's so much that this card can win you the game, but sometimes you lose.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, of the things that I put in, right? Of the things that we talked about, of this entirely huge long list, what sounds good to you?
Well, speed sounds good to me. I would say, I think I want to get rid of the howitzer impact, right?
The Cyclones?
The Cyclones. Yeah.
I
want to get rid of those. I'm not sure. I like the Arctic conflagration, right?
Yeah.
I'm really interested in just the normal howitzer. I just wouldn't know how many of. I guess run that as a 2 of or whatever.
It's interesting. Are we getting rid of ignited arrow? If you like this card, we'll keep it. In testing of this deck, how many times is this card blocked? That's the question.
It could just be the people I'm playing against, but sometimes it get blocked and then other times it doesn't. It's kind of 50-50 really, I guess, depending on where their health is at. I would say if their health is high, they don't block it, right? As their health gets like probably halfway, depending on their life size, they'll tend to try to block it. But I don't know if that's worth. So I would say that we're good to go on dropping those guys out if that's the case.
I think that getting rid of it is probably the right call. And once again, I just want to put Promise Burn to a 1 of. It's nifty. It's very cool. It's a 6 diff.
Yeah.
It's a 6 diff. And that is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I think Howitzer Impact being a 4 diff that's a 4 low for 6 that destroys extra resources for your bracers to work is very good. I would put this card at a 4 of and just replace the whatever. I also think Conflagration being at a 4 of just for the stun is also very good, and it is another 2 mid for 5, so it's just inherently going to hit harder, right? And it is guaranteed its ability is going to work. It is a stun move, right? I'm gonna stun 2, right, and then follow up with stun grenade, right? It's just good. It's just good stuff,
which inevitably kind of in a workaround way gives you speed.
Correct. Yeah. It says that whenever you do decide to let's fight bad guys and you want something to happen, it's good, right?
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Any other attacks that you're feeling? Things like Turn to Dust, things like Mighty Punch, Double Front, Blast Rush Turbo.
I do like the Blast Rush Turbo.
I love it. We're gonna put it on 1 of.
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on the Double Front Beatdown. I guess I would just have to test it really to see how many times it wins me the game, see how many times it loses the game, kind of deal.
The other thing I think about Double Front Beatdown is it might be that you have to tailor your deck around it and really like you now have access to things like Press Conference Quick to Act, and so like the 0s and 1s that you have are very, very good, and so like you do get to like build out a very big stage and then proceed to play your Double Front in order to make that like safe, right?
Okay. Yeah.
From here now, let's talk about the foundation base that you have. I'm gonna talk about the pieces that I don't like, and then we can talk about the pieces that I do like. The pieces that I don't like: Revel, Cool Student, Tutoring,
Roger,
Frozen.
Okay, I can see the tutoring now since I do have some powerful attacks, just not as many as would be worth using, and that's really the only. Yeah, that's really the only reason I'd use that.
I think this 2/5/3 mid block that just gives your move an extra bit of damage, and your rival gets to selectively flip a card. When we have a card like Season the Advantage that we're going to be playing is just really good. Like there's just other stuff that we could do. I would much rather this just be 3 copies of window shopping, right? For that same 2/5/3 mid block of either draw a card or guarantee my next check. That's good, right? This is really good.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Oh, real quick, what's this number at? Do you like 66 or you trying to make it a little thinner, a little thicker?
I actually like the 60 to 60s, 65, 66 range.
Sure, we can. I think we might be able to cut a little bit, right? I think we can cut like 3 cards and probably make it healthy.
Okay.
And let's now look at our block zones. Holy cannoli!
Yeah.
We got a million of them. Let's look at our block zones here and see what we have. They're all on attacks. We have no low block attacks. That's fine. We're just gonna try and kill them. I want to get rid of Revel so bad.
Toss it, dude.
Yeah. That +1 damage isn't doing anything. If we were playing like the full suite of like total self mill, I'm playing all the copies of aggressive temper and burst speed. I think I'm in, right? Let's just Revel all day, but like I just don't think we need it. Quick tag. Okay. Forcing surrender out of 4 of. This is interesting.
Yeah.
What's up with this card?
Really, the only reason I have it in there, right, is to get up that low block modifier count. That was it, honestly.
Fair. Frozen. Can I? Or cool student. Can I cut this card? You just won't have momentum.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Frozen. Thoughts on this one? You were trepidatious on me saying the word frozen.
Yeah. I guess. I'm looking at it, right, and it's just going to cost me 2 damage if I were to destroy 1 foundation anyway. I'm just trying to think of what would take its place. I know I got more stuns now, so I think that would be okay with cutting. It's just what to fill it with.
We have things like calling for backup that lets us draw bonus cards. We have things like let's go. Actually, let's just refresh this here so we can get back to. So. We've got things like Go for the Win, would just be like a better card, right? Of like, let me just build more, right? Agitation says draw a card. I would much rather draw a card and make this happen more often, because like if they just like can't deal with me, it also has a face down foundation that I'm down to blow up with Bakugo, right?
Right.
And eventually they have to stop blocking, and so if I just like keep committing their stuff by destroying my own stage, yeah, it makes my braces a little stronger, but I've already got that with Bakugo, right?
Right. Yeah.
Putting window shopping down to a 2 of, right? And then taking out Frozen.
Right.
Putting in calling for backup at the 3 of. I am ruining our block zones, but it is saying that like I'm just going to be more aggressive, right?
Okay.
And in being aggressive and like really trying to swing on them, I don't have to block because they're just gonna die. Is the mentality, right? We're just playing a 6-hand size aggro deck, where like all I want to do is just swing, right? Yeah, and the crazy thing about mid blocks is they partial block everything.
True.
And so like we get to leverage our 28 health character that is going to have the ability to potentially block things and then make it happen, you know?
Yeah. I guess, more or less kind of looking at reliability tournament-wise, I guess is kind of what I'm looking at. Just the way that the game is going, I don't know if aggro decks have a lot of love right now, but that's what I'm running, so...
That's fair. Yeah. I can tell you that Stun Grenade is very good. And at the same time, like, this is a fire deck exclusively because we're trying to play Prominence Burn, right? Prominence Burn, Arctic Conflagration, right? This is the reason, and Season the Advantage, right? This card has Death. Have we thought about this as a Death deck instead?
I've played Bakugo on just about all of his symbols.
Sure.
Death would not be a bad option either.
Like,
I look at doing that too.
Like, I don't think it is bad, and I think Twisting Azure Inferno is very cool, exclusively if you've got the bracers out, right? Like, we haven't talked about the fact that, like, this card, as cool as it is not a Fury, so that if it is blocked, and it will be blocked because this is the one they're legally allowed to block, it says that all their moves get -1 speed, or all their other checks get -1, your checks get +1, but it essentially just counts for itself, right? It says it doesn't count as progressive. If you have any way to get rid of this card out of the card pool, it feels great, right? Yeah.
I do like the card, but the deck isn't necessarily hinging on that card. So, if you're saying we should cut it,
I'm not saying that you should cut it. I think this card is super, super cool in this deck.
Okay.
I am saying that I think if you want to be an aggressive Bakugo, I think you have to sacrifice these numbers.
Okay.
Right? Specifically out of the fire symbol. If you want to be aggressive, we easily get to fix these numbers by putting in more latent skills, by putting in more irrefutable force of nature. We can go back and put in that frozen as more of a long-term goal, right?
Right.
We easily get to do that, but it just says that we have less aggressive ability on turn 2, turn 3, right? We're playing more for
less kill potential. Right.
Correct. We're more of a turn 4, turn 5 type of deck, right?
Right.
And like,
we don't like that.
If we just kill them on 3, we don't have to block things, right? Like, that's just the mentality you have to go for, and realize that because like here's the thing about a deck like this, you don't have to win every game. You only have to win 66% of your games. That's it.
Yeah.
If you can win 66% of the time, you'll win the tournament.
Right. True. I like it. I'm all in with the aggression still.
Okay.
I feel like you can't play Bakugo and not be aggressive, right?
True. Yeah. I'm excited to see what you do with Twisting Azure Inferno. I'm afraid it's going to be a little inconsistent, but I think this card's very, very cool in this deck. I think it is.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. It's very situational, right? I would need the Grenadiers out. That's really what that card is what it's hinging on there.
Totally. Chat's blowing up and saying that you should just cut it, but I think you should. If you haven't at least tried it, I think it is worth trying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work, then hey, get it out of here.
The other big thing is like figure out, do you like Arctic? Do you like Howitzer Impact? Because those are the other two big changes that we made. And these cards just like they hit for 5, hit for 6, as opposed to like the 4 damage moves that we were swinging before, which like these are impactful. They're just they like even Howitzer Impact without giving the +2 damage with Bakugo matters. Like it just hits hard, right?
Yeah. I am a fan of that card in this deck specifically.
Yeah.
I like the Howitzer. I guess if I were to eventually pull Twisting out, let's see, what would I put in? Probably toss in a.
You could go back to Hellflame Stomp. I don't think would be terrible, because this is like a 4 low for 8 or a 6 low for 6 on a 4 diff.
Right.
This card's fucked.
Like
this card's so good. Pay 2 health for +2 speed is and you being able to give it damage, right? And it's a 6 low for 7 on a 4 diff with bracers out. This card's so good, man. Like, this card would actually be the reason to play fire, right? Is actually this card. I have seen so much success with Hellflame Stomp as just like as in every deck I place it in. It's very good.
Yeah, that'll be the one then.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, I guess now it's more or less foundations here. Are we good with these foundations, or like forcing surrenders? Like, I don't know.
I think that these foundations are fine. I think forcing surrender is fine. The big thing here, right, is we have all of this spam, because our goal here is I go first, right? I want to build 5, right? Maybe build 6, which like build 6 is tough because I've only got 4 quick attack, but I want to build 5, right? And then pass. And then my opponent goes and they build their 4 and I draw, and then I'll build 4 and hold my 2, and then I'll pass. And they're 2 mid blocks, obviously, right? Maybe 2 attacks. I choose not to block with them. They don't do 28 with me. I draw 5 attacks, including double stun grenade, and I kill them. And I just murder them. They're just dead. Bracers or not. They just die. And that is the plan. That is the goal. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You were suggesting tossing in some go for the wins, right?
Sure. Yeah. It bloats the deck a little bit, and I think we have to take out foundations for it. Or maybe we take out attacks, right? But like we're playing slightly above curve here, attack-wise. Slightly more attacks ratio-wise. Like 66 would be the number that we normally would play. But we're just like trying to be as aggressive as we can on turn 2, turn 3, right? So we're just like trying to swing.
Yeah, we're swinging.
The other big thing about the fire symbol and Azure is this card does trigger it, right? After they pass, I'll play the give it the +2 speed, give it +2 damage. But that card does count towards progressive, and so you essentially have wasted your +1 to your check, if that makes sense.
True, very true.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
It's interesting. I'm excited to see what you do with Twisting Azure. I bet it comes out, but I think it's worth playing at least 2 games with, you know?
Yeah, giving it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Any final thoughts?
I like it. No final thoughts for me.
Okay. I think you're on the right track here. I think that this deck is going to be a little harder to play than initially thought, right? And a little harder to build. Stun Grenade's like a damn good card, but like, what do you do with the things around Stun Grenade? That's the big question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess.
Well, thank you again for the support on Patreon, and let me know in the Bakugo channel how it runs.
Yeah, man.
I would love updates and whatever in that channel in the Discord.
Absolutely, you got it.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll catch you next time, okay?
All right, buddy.
All right. Peace.
See you.